back with another breakdown of UFC Vegas 87, Rozenstruik versus Gaziev. We back with another breakdown. Too bad it's of a very weird card. This card has pretty much been held together by tape and glue because it's not a. Do I think it's a terrible card? No, it's not a good card though. It's like barely not a bad card. It has some okay fights and some interesting things. It has every day a fucking new fight is added or changed or whatever, and it's weird. It's definitely a weird card, and it's an Apex card. It's an Apex card coming off a really fun night in Mexico last week, so I guess we'll just have to see what this card turns into. Hopefully it's a lot better than it is on paper, but we'll have to wait and see. What we will not have to wait and see is me break down the fights. So, I'll stop rambling so we can get to that. Before I do, please like, comment, subscribe. 100 subs goal by the end of the year. And as always, if you want to break down the fights, let's do it. 11 fights in total. Half of them have been added this week. Okay, maybe not that many, but it fucking feels that way. As we begin tonight with one of the fights that have not been changed throughout the week. And it's an interesting fight in the lightweight division, I believe. Yes. As we begin with Loik, the Tajik tank Radzhabov versus Abdul-Kareem Al-Selwady. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be a really interesting fight. Good debut on one side. One dude who is coming off a bad L on the other. Let's see what happens. Let's start the card by talking about Loik, who is in his third UFC fight, 1-1 in the UFC so far. In his UFC debut, he came in on short notice and beat Esteban Ribovics. And then in his last fight, he got destroyed by Mateusz Rebecki. He's a okay fighter. I would say he's below average. Against Ribovics, he just got lucky. Esteban is not a good fighter. He's a very low fight IQ fighter. And I swear that's Islam Makhachev for a second. I was like, what? When was Islam in PFO? He's okay in that fight against Ribovics. And then in his last fight against Rebecki, he just got torn apart on the feet by a dude who's not a striker. He could not block a leg kick to save his life, and eventually he couldn't stand anymore. He got rocked on the feet, went down, and it was over. He's, like I said, he's not a great fighter. He's not a good fighter. I think he's very below average. But he's passable. Like, again, he can beat a dude with bad fight IQ, like Ribovics. But Rebecki, which I'll take the out here, I did pick Loik to win that fight. He's never gonna beat a guy like that, so he's not very great. He has really no skills you're worried about. His striking's alright, his KO power is there, his ground game is there, his gas tank's not there. He's just not very great. He's not very good. And he's very beatable. He's a good debut. He's a really good fighter to find your debut, because this is a dude who you will be able to show how good you are. If you beat him, let's see how good you beat him. If you lose to him, there's some issues, because you kinda suck. So, yeah, Loik is, I don't know much good I could say about him, is what I'll say. So, yeah, not very much else to say about Loik. So, yeah. To talk about his opponent, Abdul-Kareem Al-Selwady, making his UFC debut after coming off the Contender Series last year, one of the funniest fights of the year, destroying the hype train that was George Hardwick. One of my favorite fights of the year, because I remember going into that fight, Hardwick was so hyped up, fucking minus 350, he this and that and that and this. Dude, he fucking sucks. Dude, he looked like a fucking embarrassment. I'm so happy Al-Selwady won. That was fucking S-tier comedy. I'm so tired of these hype up bums, and I'm happy. Because Hardwick, like, let's say Hardwick did when he had got embarrassed in the UFC, so I'm happy he got embarrassed before he wasted our time in the UFC, so I'm already a fan of Abdul-Kareem for that. But, besides that, he's a good fighter. Like, in that fight, he looked great. Striking looked good, gas tank looked good, went the full 15, didn't look bad. Like, he looked like he's a pretty good fighter. He's only 28 years old. I think he goes to a good gym, doesn't he? Fortis, yeah. Yeah, five fight winning streak. Getting a very favorable debut. Let's see how he does. Again, he definitely a fighter I'm a fan of just because he had the very funny win on the Contender Series. But again, he does seem like he's a pretty good fighter, and he could be a really nice addition to the lightweight division. I know he's not going to be a top 15 dude, but I think he could win some fights. It's definitely beat some guys, maybe some either higher echelon unranked dudes, but we'll have to wait and see. He does have to get through Loik first, but if he does that, as he should, it will be interesting to see how he looks here in the UFC over time. So, yeah, I'm excited for Abdul's debut here. The betting odds for this fight have Abdul-Kareem minus 165 plus 135. I agree. I would put Selwady up to minus 190, 195. I really don't see how he would lose this fight. He's a better striker. He's maybe worse on the ground. I'm pretty sure he has like less submissions and shit. Yeah, he only has 2. I think Loik has like 5. Yeah, maybe he's worse on the ground, but even if it goes to the ground, I don't think he's gonna get submitted. I guess that'd be how he would lose, but again, I don't really look at that as a big threat. Like, on the feet, again, I think Abdul is better. Yeah, the height and reach, the height at least is a couple inches, but I doubt that'll be a giant problem. I'm pretty sure Hardwick was about the same height. So I don't think that's a giant problem. Yeah. Hardwick was fucking pretty much the exact same height. So I don't really see Abdul losing this again, unless he gets subbed, which I'm not very worried about. He should be able to win this fight. So I'm gonna do fuck, I don't know why I can't speak. I am gonna be going with Abdul-Kareem Al-Selwady to get the win here. I think he's the better fighter by a pretty large margin, might I add. And he should be able to win this. Don't get clipped early. Don't get submitted early. Win. He has a better gas tank. He's a better striker. He's a better fighter. I think he's going to get the win. So, my pick is going to be Abdul-Kareem Al-Selwady. The only question now is how is he going to win? I'm leaning decision. He does not really seem like that much of a power puncher. Like, he has finishes, but that's definitely not his, like, yeah, he has 8 finishes, but yeah, in the Contender Series, he did not look like he had that much KO power, because he did hit hard with some decent shots, so, and, like, ground and pound finishes are his, like, doctor stoppage there with injury I saw. I'm gonna go with decision. I think Loik is tough, and the fight with Rumbecki showed that. So, I'm gonna go Selwady by decision. Would I be shocked if he got a finish? No. He definitely should implement the leg kicks into his game after watching Loik's last fight. So I could see if he had a finish that way, I wouldn't be shocked. But I don't know if he will. I think Loik will probably would have got better at checking those by now. I would hope. So yeah, I am gonna go Abdul-Kareem Al-Selwady to get the win here, and I'm gonna say decision. I don't know if he'll finish him. I don't think he will. I think it's probably more likely. I would say it's 80-20 that he gets a decision. So I'm going to go Selwady by decision. I think he starts his UFC career off right with a perfect debut opponent to see how good he is. And I'm going to go, I think he beats him by decision, probably 30-27, maybe 29-28, maybe like steals the round 1. But most likely he just wins a decision. So, 30-27, I mean. So, yeah. Not much else to say about that one. After that, we head to our second fight of the night, and our first fight of the night that changed during the week, which we have a few of those on this fucking card. As we head to our second fight of the night, and is it lightweight fight? Yes, it is, not a catch weight. As we have Ľudovít, Mr. Highlight Klein, versus AJ the Savage Cunningham. Yeah, this is the first fight that had changes during the week. Why? Because this fight was meant to be Ludwig Klein versus Joel Alvarez, but Joel had visa issues. I did not know that's why the fight did not happen. And earlier in the week, I think it was Tuesday, I believe this got officially announced. AJ stepped in, so it's good respect to AJ for stepping in. This is gonna go really fucking bad for him. So let's start off by talking about Ludwig Klein. Ľudovít in the UFC is 4-2-1. His 4 wins are Shane Young, Devontae Smith, Mason Jones, and Ignacio Bahamondes. His 2 losses are Mike Trezano and Nate Landwehr, and he had a draw with Jai Herbert. He's had a really weird UFC career. He's looked really good at times. He's looked really bad at times. Like, he looked really good in his fights with Ignacio and Shane Young and Mason Jones, but he looked really bad against Trezano and Landwehr. So, actually, wasn't this a robbery? I think I might be lying, wasn't? Yeah, this is a fucking robbery. I just remembered that. Yeah, this is bullshit. They robbed the shit out of this motherfucker. So, yeah, never mind. But, the Landwehr fight, he did not look good, but Nate Landwehr is fucking a weirdo who fights good and bad at random points, so. He's only lost 1 fight in the UFC, and that's Nate to train, so. Yeah. Ludwig has talent, and his last fight against Ignacio did show that he outclassed Ignacio all over the cage. Wrestling, striking, which is actually shocking, because I think Ignacio Bahamondes is a great young prospect, but kid still has some growing to do, and give him more time. That's easily the best win of his career, because the rest of his wins are not very good. Young sucks, Toronto ain't very good, sucks. Like, a draw with Jai Herbert, I forget what, I think he did some stupid foul that lost him the fight. He didn't look that good in that fight either, which was weird. You should be beating Jai Herbert with the easiest of ease, but whatever. Yeah, he's a weird fighter. He has talent. His striking is very good. His gas tank's not. Like, he will be gassed, like, halfway through the fight, which is not a good thing. Especially, like, we see why he lost to Nate Landwehr, a dude who doesn't gas. But he did look improved in that department against Bahamondes. He looked 15-minute ready. So, he probably doesn't even need to go 15 minutes in this fight, which is a good thing. So, that is my biggest worry with Klein here, is his gas tank. But I doubt we'll really have to worry about here, because AJ Cunningham is not very good. And I'll talk about that more in a moment, but yeah, he should be able to not worry on his gas tank. And it did look better, as I said, against Ignacio. So, yeah, not much to say about Klein. His striking is good, his ground game's good. Gas tank ain't, but might not have to worry about it. So, yeah, a giant step down from Joel Alvarez, who I would say probably beats Klein pretty easily with the wrestling. So, yeah, I think Ludovic's pretty okay with this replacement. Now, let's talk about his short-notice opponent, AJ Cunningham. AJ, of course, making his UFC debut on short notice. Not even that long ago, he was on Contender Series against Steve Nguyen. I've always forget how to say that guy's name. It's a weird name to say. And he got fucking annihilated. He pretty much got knocked out at the end of round 1, but it was a lot like Pierre and Izzy in that fight, where he got really rocked on the feet right when the round ended, so they did continue the fight. But unlike Pierre, he was pretty much out when round 2 started, and yeah, Steven just kicked the shit out of him for 4 more minutes. So, yeah, AJ is pretty much one of those guys who, and actually, it's funny that Ludovít lost to Nate Landwehr, because I think Cunningham's a Nate Landwehr training partner. I'm pretty sure Nate Landwehr was in his corner of the Contender Series. Let me check that. Is this where Nate Landwehr trains? No, I guess I'm wrong. I guess they don't go to the same camp completely. Hey, Danny There you go, Arkansas. Or is it Bryce? No, it's Nate Landwehr, right? It's not Bryce Mitchell. Am I stupid? One of those guys. One of those fucking guys, I swear to God. I swear it's Nate fucking Landwehr. Whatever. Bryce or Nate Landwehr. I swear to God it was Nate Landwehr. But, I guess it's Bryce Mitchell, because Arkansas definitely fits him better. Excuse my stupidity. I'm fucking stupid. Yeah, he's just a tough guy. He's not really a great fighter. He's just really tough. And that'll get him far on the regional scene. Not getting him far in the UFC. Especially on a 2 days, 4 days notice. And so, yeah, I have very little faith in him not getting his brains beaten. And, good luck. Good luck though. Could he win this fight? I guess. But he would need a fucking miracle, aka Ľudovít gasses in like round 1, and then AJ could just pour on the pressure and win 2 more rounds or get a finish, but I got a crazy idea. That ain't gonna fucking happen. So, like, I don't know, AJ, I have respect for AJ because he is really tough. Like I said on the Contender Series, he did show that, but he's just not a good fighter. He's just tough, as I've said, so, yeah, respect for stepping in against a really tough dude like Ľudovít, but this is gonna go really fucking bad, so, yeah. The betting odds for this fight have Ľudovít Klein minus 835 to plus 575, what fucking betting odds, yeah. I could say Ľudovít minus 900 even, but I think 835, 850 is correct. Which is crazy that he's that low when he's not the lock of the night. We'll get to him on the main card later. Yeah, Ľudovít's gonna win this fight. Is his gas tank that bad? No. So, he should be able to win this fight pretty soundly. It's just, how does he win this fight? I'm gonna say he finishes AJ, but what round? First or second? I'm leaning more in the first. He's been knocked out once in the second. Yeah, I'm gonna knock out in the first. I think Ľudovít will be able to just do what he does against a dude who's had no camp on super short notice, against a dude who's way above his skill level. Ľudovít should be able to easily walk through this kid, so I'm going to Ľudovít Klein my knockout in the first. I'm not too worried. When round 2 hits up, my worry for this fight will go a little bit up, but until then, yeah, I'm not really sweating this fight too much, so yeah, Ľudovít Klein by knockout in the first. About all I got to say, really. After that, we head to our third fight of the night. The Battle of the Bums in the middleweight division. Not looking forward to this one because both these guys suck. But whatever. I break down every fight, sadly. So let's just get through this one. And in our third fight of the night, we have Christian, Leroy, Duncan versus Claudio, Ribeiro. Bums. Let's talk about COD first. COD in the UFC is 1-1, not counting the Dusko fight, because that's not a win. In his UFC debut, he got embarrassed and exposed by Aiemann Petrosian, because he's a bum who just likes to throw style. I'll talk about that in a second. And then in his last fight, he beat the shit out of Dennis Tooley, and good job, who hasn't. You know who COD reminds me of? A young Michel Pereira. And what I mean by that is he just throws shit to throw shit. He tries to look cool, get the cool highlight. Watch Petrosian fight and tell me you don't. Like, if you remember young Michel Pereira, rewatch COD's fight with Petrosian and tell me that's not what it is. A dude just throwing shit, hoping he gets a cool KO and all this. Like, he's not good. Michel Pereira actually is pretty good. Michel Pereira is pretty good, he just fought stupid for a while. This kid's not good. He's beat up fucking bums. You lost to Aiemann Petrosian. Like, this is, and actually this goes back to that George Hardwick kid. I'm tired of these Cage Warrior hype up bums Paddy Pimblett, CLD, Hardwick. These guys ain't good. The only good... Who has been good British fighters lately? Tom Aspinall and Muhammad Mokaev? Who's not even fucking British, he's Russian? Like, who the fuck... Like, am I forgetting someone? If I am, fucking... You can fucking point them out. But, like, who's good? Not many. Like, you got Aspinall. Good job. That's the only good champion you've ever had. The other two fucking suck. So, whatever. I don't know. CLD's not good. He's a can crusher. And this fight proves that point even very well. Because talk about his great opponent, Claudio Ribeiro, who is 1-2 in the UFC, coming off Contender Series. His one win is Joe Holmes, and his two losses are Abdul-Razak Al-Hassan and Roman Kopylov. This dude might as well fucking be a heavyweight, because all he does is throw power shots for a couple minutes and gasses. He's a terrible fighter, and he will be cut in the UFC probably by the end of the year. The only reason he's not there, he's lucky they fed him a shitty Joe Holmes, or he would have been cut by now, because, like, in the Abdul fight, Abdul was able to just gas him out. Kopylov levels above him. He's lucky Joe Holmes is so ass that anyone could beat him. Like, this guy's just not good. He's just not good. He has a 4-minute gas tank at best. His power is his only weapon. He just sucks. He's just a really, really bad fighter. And he'll be cut from the UFC probably before the year ends. So, this is just two really bad fighters. I can't put it any other way. I don't think either of these guys are good. So, whatever. One dude's already been exposed and the other one just sucks. Am I saying it? Like, I know this ain't a popular opinion with one of these guys, but prove me wrong. Oh wait, you can't. You already proved me right. The bets for this fight have CLD minus 300 to plus 240. Of course, I agree. I've talked about this before. When you have a battle of two bad fighters, you gotta pick who sucks least. CLD sucks. He's not Claudio Ribeiro bad. Trust me, I hope Ribeiro wins this fight, because it would be S-tier comedy. He's gonna get fucking knocked out. So, as much as I hate to pick CLD again, I'd rather get the right pick than... I don't hate CLD enough to get a pick wrong on purpose. Not yet. So, yeah, I'm going CLD to get the win here. How do you not beat Claudio Ribeiro? So, I'm going CLD by knockout in the second. Ribeiro's gonna gas. CLD's going to knock him out. And didn't he finish Tullian in round 2? Yeah. CLD by knockout in the second pretty easily. Ribeiro's just not good. And he's gonna gas pretty badly in the second round like he always does and get finished. Pretty simple. Both these guys suck. Nothing else to say. After that, we head to the complete opposite side of the coin and we look at two dudes that are actually pretty good. As we head to bantamweight, which that's where most talent in the UFC is at this point. As we have a pretty good fight in the bantamweight division between Javid, the Snow Leopard Basharat, versus Aiemann, Ariel, Hawani, Zahabi. Pretty good fight here, and let's begin by talking about Javid Basharat. Javid in the UFC is 3-0-0-1. His 3 wins are Trevin Jones, Tony Gravely, and Mateus Mandanka. His 1 no contest was Victor Henry. And man, has he looked good since coming out of Contender Series a few years back. Like, I know he's not beat any good fighters yet. I think 2 of them have been cut, and 1 of them is going to be cut soon. So, but yeah, Javid's good. Like, if you watch Javid fight, you know how good he is. Like, this dude's gonna be ranked soon. Like, he's really good. I'm happy he's finally fighting us, a fighter with talent, because garbage, not very good, garbage. And, like, yeah, he did fight Victor Henry in his last fight, and he was gonna win that fight. He won round 1 and all that, but he did kick Henry in the in the nuts and really injure him. So yeah, it really sucks, but whatever. I don't think Henry's much better than Aiemann Zahabi, so it's just still a very good fight for Javid and a good test for him. Yeah, Javid's just so good. His striking's great. His gas tank. I don't think I've seen him gas yet. Like, I really don't think I've seen this dude that gas. Like, he all his fights go to the station, but he doesn't gas. Like, he kind of reminds me of Zell Huber. He's a really good striker who strikes a lot. He just doesn't gas. So, really interesting. But he's good. Like I said, he's gonna be ranked sooner rather than later. And then, let's not forget his brother, who is very good, who at one point I would say Javid's way better. Farid is getting up there with him in skill. Farid is really good himself. And these two are two giant problems in the bantamweight division. So I'm very excited to see them climb the rankings more. But yeah, right now we got Javid. Does Farid have a fight booked right now? I don't think so. Sadly. But we got Javid here, and he's good. His ground, I think we've seen a little bit of his ground game, because that's the one, thing we've not seen, but I think that's even pretty good. He has a lot of submissions on his record, so he's just a really good fighter. He's well-rounded. He's gonna be an issue for people, and he's only 28. He's good. After he wins this fight, most likely will be on, I'll be nice. He deserves to start for getting close to them rankings, if not fighting a ranked guy. Like a Ricky Simone fight would make a lot of sense if he wins. So, Javid's good, man. Let's see what he can do in this fight against the biggest step up so far, not counting the Henry fight since that had no winner. To talk about his opponent, Aiemann Zahabi. Aiemann, pretty good fighter. 4-2 in UFC. His 4 wins are Vieira, not trying that first name, Draco Rodriguez, Ricky Torcios, and Orichi Lang. His 2 losses are Ricardo Ramos and Vince Morales. His wins, he's another dude kind of like Javid who's not really beat anyone that good. Actually his wins are better. I think Torcios and Orichi Lang are better than Tony Gravely and Matheus Mendonça. So, and he's on a 3-fight winning streak, knocking out Draco, a forgettable fight with Ricky, and a nice knockout of Orichi Lang. He doesn't fight a lot. That's his biggest problem. One fight a year is a very easy way to not get ranked ever. Unless you're Hamza Chimaev, then you will get ranked every time you fight every 3 years. Paulo Costa also. But, and his 2 losses, Ramos just caught him with a beautiful elbow. I don't remember the Vince Morales fight. How the fuck do you lose to that bum? But, I guess his confidence was just shot after getting KO'd brutally is what I'm guessing. So, but Aiemann is a very good fighter. Very underrated fighter, if anything. But the bad thing, he is 36 years old. He's getting up there in age, and to be 36 at bantamweight's a terrible thing. So he is getting older. He does barely fight, but he is on a 3-fight winning streak with a lot of momentum, and he could play spoiler here. He could play spoiler to Javid party, and that'd be huge for his career. So the bad thing, where is he better? Striking, Javid's better. Ground game, Javid's better. Gas tank, Javid's better. He has they're both 15th fight. So, oh no, my bad. Javid has more fights. I fucking couldn't count for a second. Javid has more. This is Javid's 15th fight. This is only his 13th for Aiemann. So Javid has more experience. But what does Aiemann have? Power? I would say he has more power in his hands. That's it. This is gonna be a really, the only way Aiemann wins this fight if he knocks Javid out, which he's not gonna do. So, I'm pretty sure, one interesting thing though I will say, I think his last 3 wins are as the underdog. That's very interesting. Did he lose as the favorite in these 2 fights? Nah, fuck, I can't even make that joke. But, yeah, he has a lot of momentum, but going from Orichi Lang to Javid Basharat is a little bit of a step up, if you ask me. So, maybe Aiemann can knock him out, but I feel it's a slim to none chance. So, good luck, Ariel. The betting odds for this fight have Javid Basharat minus 700 to plus 500. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, I would say it's probably a very slim chance he gets knocked out here. So, yeah, Javid's gonna win this fight. I have very little worry. Maybe round 1 you could be a little worried, but after round 1 I definitely think he's gonna win this fight. So, I'm gonna go Javid Basharat by decision. He should be able to walk away with this pretty easily. Probably not pretty unscathed also. So, yeah, I'm gonna go Basharat by decision. She should win. Don't really got much else to say, do I? Javid Basharat's gonna keep his O and go 15-0 by decision. After that, we stay at bantamweight. I fucking shocked this didn't get moved up in weight class, since this is the latest fight to be changed. This got changed yesterday, as we head to bantamweight for a co-main event of the prelims in a fight that was, I think this guy's had like 3. I think this is the 3rd opponent this guy's had. We have Vinicius Loik Dog Oliveira versus Benardo the Lion King Sopaj, or however you say the fucking name. This is, I think, Oliveira's 2nd or 3rd opponent. Second, because Giannis pulled out, and then Sopaj stepped in yesterday. I'm pretty sure, or maybe Tuesday, but I'm pretty sure it was yesterday. So, yeah, it's our 2nd of the night, and I think this might be the last one. Yeah, we have no others, but yeah, we've just had a lot of cancellations on this card. I'll talk about that at the end of the video, but yeah, respect to Sopaj for stepping in, and let's talk about this fight. Let's talk about Vinicius first, who is making his UFC debut, coming off Contender Series, one of the most vicious knockouts of the Contender Series, definitely a knockout you should go see if you haven't, because he flatlined that motherfucker. Maybe the knockout of the Contender Series, because god damn, you might as well put that man in a goddamn box. So, yeah, he hits hard. He hits pretty fucking hard. Besides that, like, he's good. He really did look good in Contender Series. He's very experienced to be coming off Contender Series. 19 wins. Like, going into his fucking, to have 20 plus fights already is pretty impressive. I feel like that's a very good thing. I feel like a lot of these kids off the Contender Series are very inexperienced, and that's why they do fall pretty quickly. This dude's pretty experienced. Like, he's not coming from a big promotion, UAE. I guess that's like, yeah. So, but yeah, only 3 losses, and one of those are to Christian Quinones, who's in the UFC, thankfully. So, and he did just lose not long ago, but I'm guessing this dude's good. So, I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything to talk about, because debut guys, I don't watch tape, so fuck you. Yeah, Oliveira pressed me on Contender Series. His striking is good. He clearly has power. He has a little ground game, but he definitely is a striker at heart. And he can go 15, he can go to decision, so we'll see what he can do. And fuck, what if 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8-1, and his last 9 is crazy. So, that's pretty good. Could be a nice addition to bantamweight, because that's what they need, more talent. Jesus Christ. So, let's see how he does here. Against this new kid. And speaking of new kid, let's talk about Sopaj. Sopaj, of course, making his UFC debut on short notice. I guess he had a fight booked in AFN, whatever the fuck that is. So, I don't think this fight's happening. Call me crazy, I don't think that fight's gonna happen. Well, fine, I know it's gonna happen, and he's gonna fight Vinicius, and we'll see how that goes. I've heard a couple things about this kid since the fight got booked yesterday. I've heard he's pretty good, which is, yeah, I bet he is, but he is, kind of stepping in on very little notice against a good fighter like Vinicius. Let's see how he does. One thing I think is always interesting to look at with debuting guys, who have they been beating? And for this dude, no one great. 6-0 is not bad, 11-4 is not bad, but yeah. Maybe this kid's good, but I definitely think no camp is going to hurt. And again, Vinicius is a pretty hard dude to fight on short notice. He's less experienced by a good margin. They're only 23 years old, so he's young, but again, they're inexperienced. This could be interesting. He has a big chance to shock a lot of people and make a name for himself. This could be interesting. This could be really interesting. I've tried to say as much as I can think of to say, because I don't know much about either of these guys. Let's see what happens. Whoever wins it, well, if Vinicius wins, he makes his debut against a dude on short notice, and he can go from there. If Sopaj wins, he puts his name on the map and wins in a big way. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in this fight. So, yeah. The betting have Vinicius minus 175 to plus 145. Yeah, I might move him down a little. Yeah, I'd probably keep him there. Because I don't know how good I really don't know how good Sopaj is. So maybe he's really good and they should be moved down, or maybe he's not. We'll see. But this is just one of those fights where for me, because I don't do tape study, because I'm not doing that shit. I go off what I know. I don't need to watch it, tape. Yes, very professional breakdowns. But, let's just see what happens. The dude stepping on short notice, way younger, way more inexperienced, fighting the way more experienced dude. We've seen this story many times. Jeremiah Wells, Warley Alpha's anyone. I can think of probably many more, but can Sopaj fucking get the upset? Possible, very possible. Do I think he will? I doubt it. 3 days notice against a tough dude like Vinicius? I have my doubts, and I doubt it will happen, so I'm gonna go Vinicius to get the win here. I just don't see Sopaj winning. Maybe he's really good. Maybe he shuts me up. I doubt it, though. I doubt it. So, I'll go Vinicius by... shit. I don't know, I'm leaning decision. I'm not really feeling a crazy finish. I'm leaning a decision, and that's what I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go decision. I don't know, I just feel like something can happen in this fight that'll be interesting, talk worthy, so I'm gonna go decision, and that's why I feel confident. So I'm gonna go Vinicius Oliveira by decision and see what happens. Someone will have a good UFC debut. The other will not. And speaking of garbage, holy shit, what the fuck is this? For a featured prelim in the middleweight division, God, the UFC hates us, I swear to God. We have, to close out the prelims, Eryk, your boy Anders versus Jamie the Nightwolf Pickett. Oh, fuck, why? This is worse than Perez and Ziam. Dude, what is this shit? Why? How are you still here? My fucking head hurts. Dude, every fight in the prelims has been better than this one. I would take any of these as the featured prelim over this garbage. What the fuck? I don't want to break this down. I'm not breaking this fight down. I'm gonna break this fight down. God damn it. Let's talk about your boy. Eryk Anders in the UFC is 7-8-1. He's old as dirt, and he's still fighting for some reason. God, he beat Kaudakis again. He's not a good fighter. He's old. He has no gas tank. He hits hard. That's about it. He really needs to win. He's gonna get a win here, obviously. He's just not very good. He can beat these bottom-of-the-barrel fighters. Like, his last couple wins... what was his last good win? He doesn't have one. He has no good wins in the UFC. That's great. He had fucking Rafael Natal, who Marcus Perez, a bum. Tim Williams, who? Vinicius Moreira, who? GM3 sucks. Darren Stewart sucks. And God, dude, he beat no one good. Why is he still here? Like, he beat Brian Allen somehow. But that was not even in the UFC. So, yeah, dude, Eryk Anders is terrible. all his losses, Machida, Thiago, Theodoro, rest in peace, Khalil, Jotko, he lost to Krzysztof Jotko, Andre Muniz, Jung Young Park, and Marc-Andre Barriou. Like, I'll tell you, Jotko, those are all guys, you can lose to them, they're good. Like, goddamn, dude, he sucks, he's not a good fighter. He hits hard and he can beat bums. I never know that about Eryk Anders. He never beat anyone good. When your best one in the UFC is Kyle Dawkins, it's not, GM3 sucks. Goddamn, I know everyone's saying GM3, he fucking sucks. Kyle Dawkins and Darren Stewart. What the fuck? Who he beat twice. My brain. He sucks. He's a terrible fighter. Whatever. Sorry about that. I'm still a little sick from the last time I recorded. I'm not talking about Jamie Pickett. I'm sorry. I'm not talking about Jamie Pickett. Fuck you. He is a joke. Why is he here? Eryk Anders, okay. He has a little bit of talent. What the fuck does Jamie Pickett have? He is terrible in every sense of the word. Are they just trying to end his contract? If he loses this and fights again, he is worse than... I don't even know what to say. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about this fight before my brain melts. All I'm gonna say is that I gotta have Eryk Anders minus 425. He could be up to 900. If you lose this fight, you get cut. And that's the simple... The loser of this fight gets cut. If Jamie Pickett loses, he gets cut because of his record. He 0-5 in his last 5. If Eryk Anders loses, he gets cut because he lost to Jamie Pickett. All I gotta say. I'm gonna go with Eryk Anders here. He's a way better fighter than Jamie Pickett because it's Jamie Pickett. And Eryk Anders should win this fight pretty easily. Do I have any faith? No. But no, I do. As much as I want to shit on this fight, Eryk Anders is going to win this easily. How do you not? It's Jamie fucking Pickett. You're going to win this fight. So, yeah, I'm going to Eryk Anders by decision. He's old and he's not, like, he can hit hard, but he's just going to probably outpower Jamie for 25 minutes. So, I'm going to Eryk Anders by decision. Boring, shitty fight that no one wants to watch. This is worse than Puelles and VM last week. That says a lot. Shitty fight, shitty fighters. Eryk Anders by decision. You lose, you suck. Well, those are the prelims. We can just look at this portion because it's the portion worth watching. Because what the fuck is that? But now let's get on to the main card, which is actually really solid for an Apex card. Main event's weak, but we'll talk about that later. So, let's begin the main card with a pretty good fight in the flyweight division between Matt Danger Schnell versus Steve Astro Boy Erceg. Really fun fight here. Let's talk about Matt Schnell. Sorry. Schnell in the UFC is 6-5-1. His 6 wins are... Marco Beltran, Ioni, Smoka, Espinino, Tyson Nam, and Sumadarji in that banger we all remember. His 5 losses are Rob Font, Hector Sandova, Alexandre Pantoja, Brennan Royval, and Mateus Nicolau. And he has a no contest with Bontarine. I wonder what happened there for that to be a no contest, because I remember watching that fight. Schnell's not a good fighter, he's just tough. The Sumadarji fight shows that. Like, that dude has heart. But at the same time, he has heart in his chin, but he can be knocked out. Like his last 2, like, the Nicolau fight, he got KO'd, so. I think he's a weird one. He's not a good fighter like that, he does not really have a lot of talent. But he's tough, and he won't quit. But he kind of will at the same time. It's weird. So, I guess that Umar fight, he just fucking decided, nah, I don't want to lose. So, and he won, so. I don't know, Schnell's weird. He's not good. But he's kind of tough, but he's kind of not. I don't know. He's gonna lose this fight, so it doesn't really matter, but, yeah, Schnell is always there. I thought he's been ranked since the beginning of goddamn time for some reason. How the fuck did he be? Oh, that explains it. That explains the question I had. He's not very good. His striking's okay. Ground game is okay. Chin is good 1 week, bad the next. He's there. He's Matt Schnell. He's 34. Whatever. He's a stepping stone for this boy, Steve Erceg. Erceg in UFC is 2-0. In his UFC debut, he beat David Dvorak to get ranked, and then in his last fight, he beat Alessandro Costa. Yeah, Erceg's really good. Like, I really don't need to tell anyone that. I think we all know that by now. Erceg is really good. UFC debut had a banger with David Dvorak that we all should remember to get him ranked, and then in his last fight, he didn't look great against Alessandro Costa. He could have looked better, but he didn't look terrible, and Costa is pretty good. Costa's better than David Dvorak, so that tells you something there. But he still got to win. He's just a more technical, better fighter, and now he's going for win number 3 to climb the rankings. Yeah, he's really good striker, really good gas tank, good grappler. He's just really good everywhere. No, really little power in his hands, which is definitely a plus for Matt Schnell. But, again, his grappling's really good, his gas tank's really good. He's a really good addition to the flyweight division, and I'm happy he's just skipping over having to fight 10 fucking unranked dudes before even sniffing our ranking. Because we know the UFC is stupid and loves to do that shit with everyone nowadays, so I'm happy he got to bypass that. Cause he's a ranked level dude and he's shown it, so yeah, not really much to say. He's gonna go for his 3rd win, and not even his toughest fight. I think Alessandro Costa's as good as Matt Schnell. So yeah, not much to say there. The Bekzats have Steve Erceg minus 310 to plus 250. Yeah, I agree. You can move Erceg up to 400. I think that might be I think that's even a little much, but I think that's the tipping point for the betting odds. He's gonna win. What does he have to worry about? His gas tank's better than Schnell's. His striking's better than Schnell's. His ground game's better than Schnell's. Like, he's younger. Like, the reach is really no issue. He's gonna win. So, pretty simple. The only positive Schnell has is Erceg's not really a knockout guy, so he won't get knocked out again. But he might get subbed, but I don't think that will even happen. I think he'll just get decisions. So yeah, not much to say about this fight. Gonna be a fun fight. I can tell you that much. It's gonna be a fun fight, but it's gonna end with Erceg getting his hand raised. So I'm gonna go Steve Erceg by decision. Not very much else to say. He's a very good addition. Him and another guy on this card later are definitely 2 very good names to keep watching. And I'll talk about this more when we get to that guy, but hell, we might be seeing 2 dudes on this card fight for the belt one day, fighting each other. So, interesting things to think about. Not much else to say. Steve Erceg by decision. And then, after that, oh Christ, we had to the joke of the card, and maybe the biggest joke fight of the year so far, as we had to bantamweight for a fight that makes as much sense as most things Ian Gary says. I was trying to think of who I could say for that. As we have Umar Nurmagomedov versus Bekzat Almakhan. Almakhan? I don't know how to fucking say that guy's name. Not even really need to say it anyway, because he's not winning this fight. What the fuck is this booking? Like, honest question. What the fuck are they doing? Why? Okay. If you want to use the bullshit excuse that they love to say, or even the Umar will say, no one will fight him. No one in the rankings will say yes. First of all, that's a fucking lie. Corey Sandhagen already signed a contract to fight him. It was booked. You're telling me fucking Who's not booked right now? Goddamn, Rob Font is booked, right? Even if he's not, Rob Font, okay, actually, I'll do this right now. I'm not gonna let you break down this fight. Umar's gonna win. I don't need to tell you that. You're telling me Corey Sandhagen wouldn't say yes again, Johnson Martinez, Rob Font, Ricky Simone, like, who you're fucking lying. Even something like a Chris Gutierrez would be better than this shit. What the fuck? You had to go sign a whole new dude to the roster so someone would fight Umar. That's a fucking lie and you know it. There's no way you could have rebooked this fight. Well, I don't know why I'm doing it like that. This fight. You should have rebooked this fight. This is the fight to do, to be honest. But you're telling me no one would sign to fight Umar. That's a lie. And you know it as much as I do. Umar's great. Like I could see how that could be true, cause like I've seen when they say it for someone like they've said for some other people before, and it's bullshit. I think they said for like Jailton Almeida or some shit. Like no, that's a fucking lie. But when they say it for Arman Tsarukyan or Umar, it's like yeah, I could see it. It still doesn't mean it's fucking true. So like it's bullshit. It's complete bullshit. It's especially like all these fucking Russians cannot just fight these ranked. How many Russians have actually earned a fucking title shot in the UFC? Ankalaev? That's it. Islam beat nobodies. Khabib beat, what? Ali Quinta? And Edson Barboza? Fucking... It's fucking annoying, dude. It's really fucking annoying. Like, and I'm not one of those, like, Evoyev's another example. And I'm not one of those people who just hate the Russian fighters because they're Russian. I don't give a fuck like that. I hate that they get this fucking special treatment, this Dana White privilege, cause, what, Khabib's gonna be upset? Like, it's fucking stupid. Earn your fucking title shots. Like, stop gifting these Russians title shots cause they're Russian. Evoyev, Islam, two prime examples, Umar and Mokaev might be next. It's like, Jesus, dude, earn a fucking title shot if you're so good. It's not too hard. As you have guys like fucking, you're making Shavkat jump through hoops when you could just give him a title shot right now when there's no one else. Sean Strickland deserves a rematch and you're fucking him over. Be consistent. Stop being fucking biased. So, and yeah, Bekzat, I'm sorry, brother. Maybe you're good. You got a great record. I can't wait to see you fight someone else in your next fight. You're gonna get fucking annihilated here. Like, why you, like, yeah, respect, but you're gonna get beat up. So, do I even need to say anything else? Umar's gonna win this fight with ease, because he's Umar Nurmagomedov. He's the best fucking, like, he's gonna win. So, I don't even need to say anything else. Lock of the night, Umar Nurmagomedov by submission in the first. Maybe he knocks him out or he submits him. Trust me. And by the way, don't get me wrong. I would laugh my ass off if Bekzat wins. That'd be one of the funniest moments of the decade. He's not gonna beat Umar Nurmagomedov. Umar Nurmagomedov is scary good. And that makes it even worse that Umar is so fucking good. I think you could easily call him one of the best fighters in the division right now. Like him, Song Yadong, Sean O'Malley, Rob fucking sucks. Sandhagen's kinda whatever. Piotr's old. But like, Umar, Song Yadong, and O'Malley could easily be like three of the best, if not maybe the three best in the division at this point. They're just really fucking good, and it's a shame Umar won't get to show that against real fighters, because no one will sign to fight him, which is a fucking bullshit lie, so whatever. Umar by whatever he wants. I'm gonna say submission in the first. That's that. Sorry, Bekzat. Speak of the devil, I just brought his name up a couple minutes ago. In our third fight of the main card, we have, in the flyweight division, Alex, ow, my everything hurts, because I'm soft, Perez, versus Muhammad the Punisher Mokaev. Yep, Mokaev's gonna win this fight, and I'm gonna say, let me say this now though, if this fight gets cancelled, don't be shocked. We know Perez, we know Alex Perez can never make a 2 fight. His toe hurts, his nose has a fucking booger in it, he blinked too hard, they don't have his favorite cereal in stock, whatever it is, he'll fucking find a reason to not fight, because he's a soft little bitch. So, and if you think I'm lying, do you think I'm lying? Do you think I'm lying? What the fuck? And half of these are his fault. Let's see. Well, okay, we won't count that. Let's see. His fault. Not his fault. Not his fault. We won't count that. Not his fault. Okay. His fault, because he's a fat fuck who can't make weight. Okay, not his fault. His fault. Oh no, that's actually Kai. His fault. On fight night, you got a fucking nosebleed. Like, dude, this dude sucks. And if you're a good fighter doing this shit, okay. Like, at least Paul Costa and Brian Ortega are good fighters who don't fight. What the fuck's your excuse? You're a shit fighter. You fucking suck, buddy. Come on. He's a soft little bitch who doesn't fight. His fucking big toe hurts and he has to fucking pull out. Like, dude, just fucking fight, pussy. For Mokaev, one of the weirdest fighters in the UFC, because why is he so good, but he somehow loses every fight until he wins? Like, he's 5-0 in the UFC, and ever since his debut, his strategy has been, I want to look like shit, and then I'm going to either win a decision or submit you. Ha? Like, why the fuck is that his game plan? Like, against Malcolm Gordon, he looked like shit. Against Rafael Filo, he almost had his leg broken. He was losing against Tim Elliott before he got to submission. He's better than all these guys. He should What happened to the dude who fought here? What happened? He looked very underwhelming here. He looked bad here. Almost lost here. Was losing here. What's going on? This dude has a lot of talent. He can't strike, but he has a lot of talent. He just won't fucking perform to his abilities. Hey, dude, maybe fucking not suck the whole fight and then get a submission? Crazy idea, right? I don't know. I think Mokaev's really good. I know a lot of people kind of think he sucks. I don't know if he sucks, does he just underperform? Like, I've said before, I think he goes in there too cocky and that's why he sucks. Like, sorry about that. I don't know. I don't fucking get it. Like, he's gonna win this fight because Alex Perez's soft ass. Like, Perez will take a step, he'll fucking step on the canvas too hard and he'll fucking quit. But, yeah, Mokaev's gonna win this fight pretty easily. But, dude, he has to look good here, especially since, there's talks of him fighting Pantoja at 301. What the fuck? So, yeah, and this goes back to my point of no one ever earning a fucking title shot over there. So, whatever. Whatever. The main odds for this fight have Mokaev minus 360 to plus 285. I would have him minus 500. It's Alex Perez. Like, at least Tim Elliott's a good fighter. Alex Perez is dog shit. He's soft dog shit, who I can't wait to see get cut after he loses this fight, because he sucks. He's so bad. And he doesn't fight. Dude, 2 fights into 2020, and he's had like 10 booked. What the fuck, pussy? Fight. I don't care if your fucking eyelash fell. Like, I don't care if your fucking favorite show got canceled. Fight. So, I don't know. I don't got much else to say. Mokaev by submission in the first. Should be pretty easy. Do what Pantoja did. Easy win. Simple. Next. After that, our co-main event of the evening. Another very, very easy fight to predict. As we have Vitor Ical Patrino versus Tyson Pedro. Not much to say here. Patrino's gonna win easily. Patrino's really good. I'll actually talk about Patrino. Patrino in the UFC is 3-0. Coming off Contender Series, his 3 wins are Anton Turkalj, Marcin Prachnio, and Modestas Bukauskas. He's looked great in in the last 2 fights he's looked great. He looked pretty okay. He looked very underwhelming against Anton, but that was a debut jitters, I'm guessing. But ever since his debut, he's looked amazing in his last 2 fights. Well, like, just turning into a Nurmagomedov versus Petrino, and then flatlining Bukowskis. Dude has looked great so far, and I think I don't think he's going to keep the train going this week. So, yeah, he's really good. He's a good striker, good ground game. His gas tank's good. He's one of the more interesting prospects in the UFC, and I really am excited to see him continue climbing the light heavyweight rankings, because light heavyweight is such a shallow division outside like the top 8 that by the end of the year I think he will be in that top 10, if not even higher, because again, he is really good. So I'm excited to see him continue climbing the rankings. He's only 26, very young, and he's really good. So let's see what he can do as he continues to climb the rankings after he wins this week. So yeah, to talk about his bum opponent, Tyson Pedro, the Can Crusher. This dude fucking sucks. Not much to say. He's a complete Can Crusher. He's never beat anyone good. Paul Craig's not a good fighter. Claire Roundtree, that was an off night. Yeah. He sucks. Do I really need to say anything else? He's not a good fighter. I'm not gonna pick him. He's friends with Izzy and all that till he gets fucking positive matchups like Anton Turkali and Henry Hunsucker. He can't fucking escape this one, buddy. You're gonna lose, bitch. So yeah, I'm not picking Tyson Pedro to win, shockingly. I am picking Vitor Petrino to win because he's a way better fighter. So yeah. The betting odds have Vitor Petrino minus 300 plus 240. You could have Vitor up to minus 400, 500 even. Way better fighter, way more talented fighter. He's gonna win this fight pretty easily. I really don't think I need to explain that too much more. Yeah, he's just a way better fighter. So yeah. Now, how do I think Vitor's gonna win? I don't know. He's gonna finish Pedro, because Pedro's gonna gas after like 2 minutes. I'm thinking, do I think he's gonna knock him out, or do I think he's gonna submit him? Who submitted Pedro? I'm interested to see the OSP. Okay. I'm gonna go Vitor Petrino by fuck. I'm gonna say Vitor Petrino by submission in the second. If he's smart, even if he wanted to strike, he'd win. But I think the path of least resistance here is wrestling Pedro. Easiest way to gas him out, and the easiest way to beat him. So, I'm gonna go Vitor Petrino by submission in the second. Either way, if he wants to knock him out, submit him, or just win decision, he will. So, Vitor Petrino by submission in the second. That's what I'm gonna go with. Yeah. Like, I don't know why that's like the least picked thing. He has one submission on his record, but he can go to the ground. He's no slouch on the ground. Again, I feel like he's smart. So I'm gonna go Petrino by submission in the second. Let's see what happens. Maybe he'll knock him out. Either way, I'm gonna be happy to watch Pedro's bum ass lose. And now for the main event of the evening, a fight I like. This is a really good fight. I don't like it as a main event, but whatever. It's an Apex card. They don't give a fuck. The main event of the evening in the heavyweight division, we have Jairzinho Biggie Boy Rozenstruik versus Shamil Gaziev. What a good fight. What a weird main event. Let's start with Biggie Boy. I think we all know Jairzinho by now. He's just like Ty and Derek Lewis. Slow as fuck, not a good fighter. But they hit really hard. He is 7-5. His best wins are Andrei Arlovsky, Alistair Overeem, JDS, and that's about it. His losses: Ngannou, Gane, Blades, Volkov, and Almeida. Yeah, he's a okay fighter. Nothing special about him. He hits hard, as I've said. He's not a good fighter. Like, outside of hitting hard, his gas tank's bad, his ground games, and what he doesn't even, like, he's not as good as Derek Lewis, because at least Derek Lewis can get up from the ground. Jairzinho would just lay there. Like, the Blades and Jalton fight showed that. Like, he's been knocked out twice. He's just, his fight IQ ain't good. He's just not great. He's not a great fighter. But heavyweight, if you can hit hard enough at heavyweight and win fights, you can get highly ranked. So, yeah, Jar is Jar. He's gonna hit you really hard, maybe, and if he does, you'll win. If he doesn't, you'll win. So, yeah, not much to say about Jairzinho. Really one-dimensional fighter. To talk about his opponent, Shamil Gaziev. Shamil is 1-0 in the UFC, coming off Contender Series. In his UFC debut, he destroyed Martin Budai, and now he's back in his second UFC fight in a main event. I've seen this before. Abus Magomedov, Joe Pyfer. How good did it go for those guys? How good did it? Shamil's good. Shamil's really good. He does have some flaws in his game, and he is 34 years old. His cardio's not good, and his striking's good, but do you really want to strike with Jairzinho Rozenstruik? I don't. He's way better on the ground in this fight, but is he going to fall in love with the striking too much? That's definitely a worry. And what if he can't finish Jar? Is he going to gas out? There's definitely some worries about this fight. I'm feeling it is a very tight fight. I feel like, especially with the last year with these main events with these young guys. Like I said earlier, Abus and Joe Pyfer literally 2 weeks ago. Are we gonna see that same story again? Because this is the third time now, maybe more than that. Because we've seen these young guys get these main events against these veterans and lose. Is this going to join the club? Shamil's good, unlike those two bums earlier, but I think this is, on paper, I think this is the scariest matchup. So, this is interesting. I definitely think this is an interesting fight. I don't know what's going to happen. I was kind of confident in Shamil going into the week in the last couple days, but man, yesterday and today I've been thinking about the fight more. Jar could win this fight. In any second, Jairzinho can just fucking clip him and send him to the Shadow Realm. I wouldn't be shocked if it happened. Fuck, anything can happen, man. I'm not confident in no matter what way I go with this fight, so, yeah. The betting odds have Shamil Gaziev minus 165 plus 135. I have this to pick him. Like, no joke, I have this to pick 'em. I'd have it 115 apiece. I think you can. I don't really know how you could have a confident pick here. I think Jairzinho can knock him out. I think Shamil can knock Jairzinho out. I think Jairzinho could be the veteran and win decision, as unlikely and as boring as that would be. I could see Shamil wrestling Jairzinho and submitting him. This is going to be interesting. I think a lot of this comes down to how does Shamil fight? If Shamil wants to strike with Jairzinho, that's dangerous. If Shamil starts right off rip trying to get takedowns, that's interesting, and I think that's the smart thing to do. But that's the easiest way for him to gas himself. And again, he does not have a good gas tank. Jairzinho might have a better gas tank, and Jairzinho's gas tank is ass also. So, this is going to be interesting. I'm actually kind of excited for this fight just because I think it's really intriguing to see what's going to happen. Are we going to get another Pyfer-Abus situation, or are we going to finally see one of these guys win one of these fucking main events? So, I'm excited for this fight. I think it could go either way. I still don't like it as a main event, though. Who am I going with? I don't know. I'm 50-50 on this fight. Half of I could see Jairzinho winning. I could see Shamil winning. I don't know. Fuck. Fuck. I don't know. My brain is thinking Shamil, my heart is thinking Jairzinho. Ah, Christ. I think I'm leaning Shamil. I think I'm gonna lean Shamil Gaziev, but damn it, don't get me wrong. There's a high possibility going into the card, my pick is Jairzinho. But right now, as we speak, on a Thursday night, I'm leaning Shamil Gaziev. But it's a small fucking lean, trust me, it's a very tiny lean. Again, it's a lean that can change. To be honest, the only reason I'm not leaving you with no pick because it's the main event. Because right now, I kind of just want to say, fuck it, I'll make up my mind. But it's the main event. I have to give you a real pick. I'm leaning Shamil Gaziev. I don't know. Don't bet this fight. Trust me. I think Jairzinho is the best dog on the card, though. Because maybe you do want to put a little money there. Because I think Jairzinho is the most live dog on the card. So... really tough fight to predict in my opinion, and I could see going either way. I'm thinking I'm gonna lean Shamil right now. It might change though, so I'm gonna lean Shamil Gaziev. I think all week my prediction was gonna be Shamil by submission in the second. So I think either right now I'll say that. Maybe I'll stick with that. Maybe I won't. We'll see. Weigh-ins will be interesting to see. I think a lot of the next 48 hours, well, 24 really, since the card is early, will make up my mind. So we'll see what happens. I'm gonna lean Shamil Gaziev. Could change. So I'm going Shamil by submission the second out of right now, and we'll see what happens. I could see a Biggie Boy upset. Boom. Those are my picks. To go over them one last time. Abdul-Kareem Al-Selwady by decision, Ľudovít Klein by knockout in the first, Christian Leroy Duncan by knockout in the second, Javid Basharat by decision, Vinicius Oliveira by decision, Eryk by decision, Steve Erceg by decision, Umar Nurmagomedov by submission in the first, lock of the night, Mokaev by submission in the first, Vitor Petrino by submission in the second, and Shamil Gaziev by submission in the second, as of right now. That's the card. Is it good? No. Is it bad? Nah, I don't think so. It has some gems. The whole main card's good, even, like, good fight, bad main event. Vitor beating up Pedro will be fun. Mokaev beating up Perez is great. Happy to see Umar back. Sucks against a fucking nobody. This fight will be really good. This fight could be really good. This could be good. We'll get a finish here at least. This will be fun. This could be fun. The only fight on the card I can call bad is this garbage. That's just that's just a bathroom break. But everything else could be fun. And, well, a lot of young dudes on the card, a lot of prospects. A lot of debuts. We'll see what happens. I think this card could either turn out to be pretty good or pretty bad. So, somehow we got 11 fights on this card by pure luck. And we'll see what happens in the next 72 hours until my recap comes out. So, yeah, not really much else to say. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to say. It's a card. Simple as that. Please like, comment, subscribe. 100 subs go by the end of 2024. You'll hear from me again Sunday, 1 p.m. EST for the recap of this card. And unless I'm going to say something, which I don't think I am. As always, RX out. Good vibes only and always.